Today we live.
Hi, you made it through chapter 5. This is Logan's first chapter in the afterlife. Now, in Huntress, I started the books right about here with Audrey. Her first chapter is actually in the afterlife. So there's a lot of stuff going on in this chapter that I wanted to point out. First of all was some of the similarities and the differences between Audrey and Logan's experience. In Audrey's story, the afterlife world is not created, and she actually watches a character create it in front of her, and then has a very different experience. For Logan, he wakes up and the world's already created. Now, the thing that's the same between the two of them is that they both meet the character Joe. And I wanted to make sure that that was consistent between the two of them. Some other things that are consistent is you also get to meet Celeste and Shannon. That's who Audrey meets too. And then there are some other things that I'm filling in the blanks that you don't get. You finally get to find out what the mysterious orientation is that Audrey missed. I get questions about that from readers a lot. And then you get to meet Ulrich and Kevin, who are really pivotal towards the entire series. They're just part of the group, and they each have their own parts to play. And they're first introduced in this chapter. You get to see where Logan lives. You don't know that in Huntress and Warfare, and so this is a cool time to put it in. I did fast forward through some of Logan's training, where in Audrey's story in Huntress, it was really slow. You really got to see what it was like in the world building, and there was a very specific reason for that. Again, I've said this before, this is a novella, it's not a full-length novel, and it is intended to be read after Huntress and Warfare, and so as the author, I'm coming in to the story assuming that you've already read Huntress and Warfare and understand what this world and this realm is like. And so that gives me the freedom to really dive in and give you guys these little tidbits that you don't know. You know, where Logan lives, you know, what his relationship is like, what he first felt when he woke up, what happened in his car accident. These are the details that I get to fill you in. I don't have to go back and like rehash the whole world building. But if you haven't read Huntress or Warfare, go back and do that, and this will make a lot more sense because I do spend a lot of time explaining what this new realm is like. And so anyway, those are just some really fun things about chapter 5 that I wanted to make sure that you guys picked up on. And I have a couple of questions. They're both the reader questions. They're both from Amy, so thank you, Amy. Her first question is who gives them their jobs? The person who gives them their jobs is the creator, is God. In both Huntress and Logan, Audrey and Logan both get their jobs when it's spit out of a computer. But really it's the creator who's chosen that job for both of them because he knows them better than anybody else does. He knows their past, present, and future. He knows them, their characteristics. He knows their likes and dislikes even better than they do. And so the idea is that who better to choose a career, a job for the rest of eternity than the creator himself. I do touch on that a little bit in Huntress when she's talking with God at the end of the book, sorry, not the Bible, and he talks about why he chose that job for her, but I didn't come out and just say it. So anyway, that was a great question to shed some light on that. And then your other question, Amy, was why does Logan live so far out from the others? This is another parallel to Audrey, actually. She lives out in the Redwood Forest, and he lives pretty close by, and that's something that you don't know. Again, this is me throwing in some details that you don't know about where Logan is. He never talks about where he lives. And now in this book, you find that they actually don't live that far apart from each other, and it just kind of goes into the dynamic of their relationship, and it tells you a little bit more about who he is based on what his living space looks like, and a little bit of foreshadowing into the future. And you know, you can pick up a couple of things about Logan if you really look hard. So anyway, thanks for those questions, and let's talk again after chapter 6.